Welcome to our high school. We are going to ask a variety of students and teachers about their high school experiences.
My favorite high school memory would either be beating Saudi this year at their place or going to state last year in wrestling.
My favorite high school memory is probably the football games, honestly, just going out every Friday night and supporting my team.
I don't think I have one specific favorite high school memory. I think the best part of high school is remembering things that you kind of forgot about when you're talking to friends that you kind of experience those things with.
My favorite high school memory is being a part of theater and all of our productions and just getting to know everyone there.
My favorite high school memory is coming runner-up in state cross country because we're the first team for this school to ever do that, and I think we're probably the first in the county, so it's a pretty big deal. So I'm pretty stoked about that one.
My favorite high school memory is I met my wife in high school. We started dating when I was a sophomore and she was a freshman, so gotta give her a shout out.
My favorite high school memory, well, I went to Red Bank High School in the late 80s. And my favorite high school memory had to be that we had high school sororities when I was in high school. And so we were a philanthropy club and we did all kind of community support, but we also had dances and Sadie Hawkins dances and put on fun things at school like talent shows. So that had to have been my favorite memory, was just being in that high school sorority.
Do your homework freshman year. It'll help your GPA.
I'd tell my former high school self to maybe go to school a little more, get a little more studying in.
Not everyone is trying to hurt you. I was very scared of big people when I was a freshman. I was scared they were all going to hurt me.
I would tell my former high school self to not stress as much and to get some sleep.
Undercuts aren't cool.
I would say that there's a whole big world out there besides just Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so you should get out and explore it.
It's just taught me a lot about myself and who my true friends are and what it is that I like to do.
Well, now I feel like I've kind of got a hang of it. Freshman year was really hard. Didn't really know what I was doing. Now senior year, kind of know what I'm doing.
High school has kind of taught me to let things go. Like when you get a bad grade on the test, you got to know that that's not going to be the end of your grade in that class. And then when a teacher is mean to you, you got to know that that's just them doing their job, and you'll be fine.
High school has changed me in that I realized that not everything matters. It's not as important as I think it is.
I feel like I'm definitely a more mature person. I mean, I don't know, high school changes everyone, and I don't know, I'm not as lame as I was in the beginning of high school, so I mean, I guess I just grew up a little bit.
I think high school really changed me because it was a wake-up call when I got to my senior year, and it was over, and I didn't want it to be over, and you got kicked off to college, which was also a great time, but it was one of those that it goes by extremely, extremely quick. And I remember as a freshman, this is never going to end. And then I blinked and it was senior year and I was walking out the door for the last time.
Oh my gosh, well, I was in high school forever and ever and ever ago. Definitely academics are a lot more rigorous than they were when I was in high school. We had a lot more freedom. We didn't have all these problems of kids leaving campus and getting in trouble or bad things happening. So we could leave campus and go to work, we could leave campus and go to lunch and come back. It was just a lot more liberal back then because we hadn't had so many lawsuits and crazy things. So, but definitely academics is way more rigorous now than it was when I was in high school.
I wasn't here all 4 years, but since I've got here last year, it's just been a lot more chill. Since being a senior, I don't have as much stuff to do. It's pretty fun.
High school has matured me a lot. It's kind of made me assume more responsibilities and just better myself as a person.
A lot of people are really getting involved to make the high school better in itself. When I was a freshman, people just kind of came to school and then went home, and that was their daily routine. But now people are getting involved in beautifying the school and making the reputation better.
Now, in high school, everything seems more stressful, but I know that it's not as big a deal as I make it.
I can drive, and I can actually do things, and I have friends.
Have respect for your elders. Be nice to your teachers, and be nice to the older students at school.
If I were to give the freshmen this year advice, I would say sleep and get to know your friends, hang out with them, and make the best of every moment.
A lot more technology. Definitely a social media craze. Social media was starting to gain traction and everything when I was in high school. MySpace was just coming out. Facebook wasn't even hardly a thing. I remember switching in high school from MySpace to Facebook and that being a big deal. And now Facebook is phasing out and it's just us old people again on Facebook. So my freshman year was not a highlight of academic excellency. So that really hurt my GPA when it came time to apply for college. So even though you're a freshman, it can really impact your GPA, and that kind of can make some decisions later on down the road. So I really had to kind of excel my later years in high school, which was harder than probably excelling in my freshman classes. So make sure that you stay on top of your grades.
I guess my biggest advice would say to be involved in something else at school just besides schoolwork. You know, find a club. If you're not athletic, find a club. If you are athletic, be in sports. Find something that makes you feel a part of this school, like band or something, just so you'll have something to do here besides just come to school and do schoolwork and leave. That's what makes your high school awesome, is to find something to be a part of.